So now a senator is speaking out and saying that whistleblowers are saying that Trump's security detail, the Secret Service agents, weren't actually Secret Service agents? Get your tinfoil hats ready. Is this real or no? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Man, we got something very interesting going on right now. Senator Josh Hawley, he is from Missouri. He has come out with some claims, some very, very shocking claims, and we got the paperwork to look at. But first, he is claiming that the Secret Service agents that were there to protect former President Donald Trump was not at all, indeed, Secret Service agents. We got a little clip. Take a look.
And we continue to follow the latest here in Trump's attempted assassination. We are getting big breaking news here on this Friday. This is all according to Senator Josh Hawley. He has whistleblowers coming to him that detail most of Trump's security detail working the event last Saturday were not even Secret Service. Again, we're not even Secret Service. DHS assigned unprepared and inexperienced personnel.
Now, I'm actually kind of curious about this because let's be real. This is some shocking information. Real talk. You're telling me that these people, the people that were there, security detail, were not properly vetted. They were not actually Secret Service agents. He's not saying that all of them were not. He's saying a good portion of those agents were not Secret Service agents. So then who were these people, right? If that's the case, I'm quite curious about that. But nonetheless, we do have the letter that he put out that I want to share with you guys as well. I write to raise concerns brought to me by whistleblowers about your department's stunning failure to protect former President Trump on the 13th of July. As Secretary of DHS, you are ultimately responsible for your agency and its components, including the U.S. Secret Service, the USSS. Whistleblowers, let's continue on, have direct knowledge of the event, have approached my office. According to the allegations, the July 13th rally was considered to be a loose security event. For example, detection canines were not used to monitor entry and detect threats in the usual manner. Individuals without proper designations were able to gain access to backstage areas. Department personnel did not appropriately police the security buffer around the podium and were also not stationed at regular intervals around the event's security perimeter. In addition, whistleblower allegations suggest the majority of DHS officials were not, in fact, USSS, Secret Service agents, but instead drawn from the department's Homeland Security Investigations, HSI. This is especially concerning given that HSI agents were unfamiliar with standard protocols typically used at these type of events, according to the allegations. And let's not forget, also local and state PD too. They don't know the standard protocol for these types of events, especially if it's going to be spearheaded by the Secret Service. They don't know how those things are done. Let's be real. So it's not only just Homeland Security investigations, okay? It's also all the other agencies that were involved that were not Secret Service. So that's really wild to me, okay? As a member of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, which has oversight jurisdiction over your department, I will continue to investigate your department's role in the staggering security failures on July 13th. Unfortunately, your department has not been appropriately forthcoming with members of Congress, abruptly ending the only call with Secret Service before most senators could even ask a question. Yeah, there was a phone call with senators, and apparently there was only 4 questions that were asked, and then they abruptly shut down the question and shut down the phone call, which is absolutely wild. Again, we even saw the video, okay, of the director of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheadle, hauling ash, okay, running away from senators, a gang of people asking her questions like, why won't you just answer these questions? And she just kept booking it. She was literally running away from senators. It was the wildest thing I've seen in a really, really long time. And we've seen some wild things on this channel. All right. So this is completely unacceptable and contrary to the public's interest in transparency. Instead, we have learned more from whistleblowers than your department's officials. I will continue to protect the anonymity and confidentiality of all who contacted my office and ensure that they receive the full protections under the law to which they are entitled. So that my office can continue its investigation into the events of the 13th of July. Please provide the following information no later than 7 days from now. So he's basically saying this will self-destruct in 7 days. Isn't this crazy? He says, number one, how did DHS determine to staff the event, including any decision to rely on state or local officers? Which, by the way, a very good question to ask. Number two, he goes on and says, what percentage of the DHS agents at the event were from HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, rather than Secret Service? Were majority of officers at the event drawn from HSI or other DHS components rather than Secret Service? If so, why? Were Homeland Security investigation agents properly trained in staffing these types of events? That's a very good question as well. Both those questions are very good. Did gaps exist in the security perimeter, and were usual protocols followed for the use of canines and magnetometers? Hopefully I'm saying that correct. That's actually a good question too, because they say allegedly that reporting from this, okay, well, his claims are saying that they did not use canines, that there were certain protocols that were not followed, right? And then again, Secret Service agents weren't really Secret Service agents. What the hell is going on here? Were agents not appropriately stationed around the podium? And I saw some around the podium, from all the videos that we've seen, right? Down by the stage, not like right next to the podium, but down by the stage for sure. We saw all that, you know what I mean? So, but maybe there should have been more. Don't know. Were the standard protocols followed for issuing designated pins to vetted personnel that were allowed backstage? That's interesting. And the fact that he's saying that backstage was basically kind of wide open, anyone could have walked backstage and caused havoc there too, is really, really bad. How long did agents physically spend on the ground surveying the site before the event? Obviously, we would like to know that as well, because according to what we've heard a million times from many, many experts is that they go out there weeks in advance to make sure that the place is securely vetted so that they can do whatever they need to do to get that security detail spread throughout that area for that event. And then, of course, the second part of this last question is, did any paperwork obligations prevent a longer and more robust site survey? He says, I await your response. Sincerely, Josh Hawley, United States Senator. Now, here's the thing, guys. Let's be real. Obviously, there's so many pieces of information that just keep flying back, all over the place. We're finding out more information about TMC, the actual person who tried to take the life of Trump, right? We are still learning more information. There has been a lot of misinformation as well that's been flying out the gates like crazy as well. And we're all sitting there. Our heads are still spinning, revolving around this, and we're still trying to figure out what is true, what is fact, what is fiction. But what's actually interesting about this is that he's got whistleblowers hitting him up and basically saying, yeah, they were not properly vetted. The Secret Service agents that were posing as Secret Service agents, a portion of them were not actually Secret Service agents. And that's a very bad and very dangerous thing. You're telling me that people who are part of that security detail, especially the elite, right? the elite of security detail that weren't properly vetted for the actual job. Like he said, there's certain protocols, there's certain things that need to be implemented, and that they need to know by rote without question when it comes to protecting their VIP. And he's saying that there were other agents from other agencies, okay, from other departments, acting as Secret Service. This is scary. And, and let me be real. This goes into the line of, for most people who are wearing their tinfoil hats, basically saying, tell me this was an inside job without telling me it was an inside job. And that's scary. If they really drop the ball, maybe that's the reason why Kimberly Cheadle is not out here trying to tell everybody the truth or give transparency, remain open and honest, and letting us know exactly what happened here. This is crazy, guys. And of course, the plot continues to thicken, guys. It's getting thicker and thicker every single moment as we start to unravel this crazy, very thick onion, heavily layered onion. It's getting wild, y'all. But what say you guys on this? Again, no matter what, whether he got a whistleblower or a bunch of whistleblowers came to him and said, hey, all this stuff is not true, and there were Secret Service agents that were not actually Secret Service agents, whether or not this is true, there still needs to be transparency from all the agencies that were involved in this travesty, no matter what. I don't blame the senator for asking these questions. There's many other senators that are asking questions, and I get it that there are going to be people out here that are going to spread rumors, that are going to make things up. Shoot, even the whistleblowers. Like I said, I'm quite curious as to who these sources are, how reliable these sources really are. That's the next question. And of course, that's the pending question that I have in my mind as well. But it doesn't matter. We saw what happened. We saw that there was lax in security detail and how protocol was not exacted during this whole event. So I'm very interested to see what actually happens here. And of course, he says, I give you a week. I'm wondering what's going to happen if they don't answer in 7 days. It's going to be very interesting. But apparently Senator Josh Hawley has some info, some intel from whistleblowers. What else does he know, guys? I guess only time will tell. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Whew, this is some crazy stuff. Like I said, tinfoil hatty type of stuff. It's getting crazier. But as it starts to unfold, we will keep on peeling back the multi-layered onion, which is that of this crazy tragedy that happened this past weekend. Stay tuned, guys. There's more information coming. I guarantee you that. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button. Okay, on my YouTube channel, go over, check out, and hit that follow button on my Facebook page. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyways, time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.